Okay, hello. So this is an energy check-in. I tried to record this in 60 seconds like 7 times, but I didn't do it. So I've just decided to make it a normal video. It can be very, very short still, but energy to embrace, energy to release, and then starting with our current energy. So current energy, we have the Page of Swords, okay? So this is, in my opinion, right now, what this is telling us is that it would be beneficial to mobilize any feelings of stagnancy or stuckness or this restless energy that is a byproduct of feeling like our hands are tied in one way or another. Mobilizing it into something that is within your control that you're drawn to right now. It doesn't have to be something quote unquote productive, from the outside world sense. It can be something that you're drawn to because it's going to be like a magnet, right? Something that your soul is calling you to do. And I could mean just getting outside to go for a walk. But as long as you're not in this is the energy to release, in this self-imposed prison of being on sort of an energetic bandwagon that a lot of the collective is falling into right now of, I'm waiting to see what the world does to inform how I feel and what's going on with me. There's something that you can do right now, which is a little bit of a magic trick. That's what my guides just said. And I've recorded this message 7 times and I haven't gotten that message come through yet, but it's like a magic trick to remember that you can kind of bob and weave with the energies as they're unfolding, but remember that it's as within, so without. So the more that you dictate your own experience, by choosing to unplug when it feels overwhelming, and by that I just mean from screens, from all of the stuff you're consuming information-wise, and then from other people's energy and the energy of the collective, returning to this place where you can ask yourself, what am I drawn to right now? What is leading me? Not what do I need to do, but what's going to give you personal momentum? And the beauty of this is that as you identify those things and go back to that place of focusing on yourself, which feels kind of strange and selfish at times like these in a collective, you're going to benefit the collective because you're going to become energetically more buoyant, and that is of benefit to others, even if they don't at the mental level process what it is that you're doing. They don't have to. So there's a lot of stuff that is coming up from a previously unacknowledged part of our collective subconscious for integration now. And we feel that on multiple levels when these types of things happen. But this is a big one. And this is like not even, we're way at the beginning of a lot of these things. And so we're getting used to feeling our hive mind, feeling a little bit more of a hive mind at very, very different levels, right? Energetically, it's a soup. It's a sea of different vibrations that people are resonating at. I mean, basically, it's so incredibly nuanced. It's crazy right now that the world is seeing this very divided map, 2 colors, 2 teams, 2 sides. We've never been more nuanced or completely in our own camps. It's not what it appears. Everybody is moving through a lot of things that are radically transforming them at the core level. Like, no return to the semblance of how life was before or how you were before. And when it comes back to us and how we're faring with these collective energies, we might be feeling really tired, really heavy, really like not ourselves. And it's okay. Be very gracious with yourself if you do feel that way, and go back to the page. For right now, this is only a reading that is through early next week. So this is kind of a temporary energy, but I just felt the call to post it or talk about it because, well, I guess I'm gonna pull a card for advice since I turned this into a longer video, but this is legitimately gonna be like a 4-minute video. I'm gonna hold myself to that. Right? So this pages are a little bit of a younger energy, a fresher energy. Remind yourself that there's a lot of people right now in times like this in the collective. We all kind of step up and say like our own opinion, right? And everybody's just firing off like why they think they're right or what they think is happening. We all as humans feel a need to translate the experience that we're sharing in from our various points of the polygon to make sense of it, both to make sense of it internally, but to make sense to other people. And then that's driven by the subconscious need to feel validated from the outside based on, am I similar to the people around me? How correct is my stance? That's what people are sort of doing in moving through all these topics right now, topics of discussion. So anyway, there's a call to come back to a place of being okay with not needing to know. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, if you're driven to be part of productive conversations or debates around whatever is going on in the world right now, then by all means do that. But if you're having a hard time as far as feeling a little bit like everything has a film on it, like a coating, like that waxy weirdness that produce has sometimes for the preservative, or for to keep it more fresh or free of bugs or whatever. If you feel like that, then in order to kind of like buff that off and shine yourself back into when you feel really good in your body, in your mind, in your lane, we want to get back to that. And you can get back to that despite, it's like, again, back to that magic trick idea. You're going to be pulling something that looks very, from the outside observer, people will be like, wait, how did you do that? Like in 6 weeks, in 8 weeks, 12 weeks, it's going to be fully apparent that you went a different way. And it was 555 when I looked at the clock, right? Which is our big radical change number. And so our energy to release is feeling like we don't know what to do right now. And it's like, again, tapping into that sense of a hive mind as we become a little bit more vibrationally blended with a unity consciousness. There's a lot of people who may not even believe in that, but guess what? They're going to start feeling it and tuning into it. Their energy is not exempt from the upgrades that we've been going through. And so we are becoming so much more conscious of the fact that what is spoken during encounters, what is said, is only the tip of the iceberg. There is always tons of exchange between humans when they converse, or between groups when they gather at an energetic level. And I can't tell you how quickly the past couple of days have shown me very big energetic upgrades and changes in the way that I experience, my psychic gifts and everything. I was telling my friend this morning, I was saying, I get psychic downloads, and a lot of the times, sort of in this synesthesia way, they have like a shape, or it feels like it comes into me like through this side of my body or that side or whatever, and that will help me understand which guides it's coming from, or a bunch of different things, but sort of just, arbitrary shapes. A lot of them feel like spirals kind of coiling into my understanding. And then they also have layers that are representative of the different rungs of a spiral. But something new is happening to me in the way of psychic downloads, and I have not felt the way that they are coming into me like this before. It's a new sensation psychically, and I believe that a lot of other people are going to be starting to feel different sensation, for lack of a better word, psychic sensation, different experiences that you haven't had before, regardless of whether or not you've opened yourself to that part of you or not. And I'm not saying if you have that part of you, we all do. It's just whether or not you choose to activate it and fuel it with your belief and open that space within your understanding of yourself and your openness, suspension of disbelief around what could be true to experience these things. We're all capable. So even people who I'm understanding right now that it's like even people who are very closed off to this stuff might start to have these fringe experiences that are asking them, it's their higher self who is operating outside of any of the ego that they've created during this life, asking them to question the way that they've perceived the world thus far. So let's just get an advice card. I'm going to pull it. There it is. Okay, tend to the garden. It's the 9 of Pentacles. So the other thing about this is that, counterintuitive as it may seem, if you can get back, like, of course you're part of the collective. We care about what's going on with the earth, on the earth, but it's very paradoxical to me because a lot of people who are trying so hard to understand, never mind, I don't want to go on this tangent. There's a lot of things that, regardless of who won the election, there's still a lot of damaging stuff that is coming out of the way that we're living, just as a whole. And when we focus back on ourselves, we're actually, in my opinion, focusing more on the collective health, because we're taking it back to the fact that healing and health and mindfulness around what hasn't worked and what could work and what could be different starts at an individual level, and then it ripples out into a healthier family, and then a healthier town and a healthier community, and eventually we are operating all together at a healthier level. But it has to come from going inwards to be able to identify that, because there's a lot of people trying to resolve things at this group level, but there's no inner clarity. And if you have a bunch of convoluted people coming together over convoluted ideas, it's just going to be noise. It's just going to be loud. It's not going to feel like there is new energy coming in to continue our expansion towards what it is that we would like to experience, both individually and collectively. So, one last card to end off the reading. Don't do this, Mariah. What is it? What's our 1111 card? No. The moon. Ooh, I love that. Things coming to light, things that you haven't seen before are going to become a lot more visible to you. Your intuition is on point right now, but I'm also getting this sense, just as I hold this card, I'm thinking that you think you know something or how something is going to go, or the details around, and it might be related to like this, I'm going to focus back on myself. I'm going to get my momentum going. I know that I am a puzzle piece when it comes to living my life, and attempting to create a better experience for myself is a positive thing to do for all. It has something to do with that realignment. So there's something beautiful that is going to be, and there could be a slight, what's the opposite of a silver lining? There's a little bit of a melancholic, bittersweet something about this, but that just is highly, it pales in comparison to what it is that we're integrating. Like something around a bittersweet or a melancholic transit through the 1111 portal next week. But what it's going to do is put something to rest for the final time. Just interpret that in whatever way it means something to you. And if it doesn't mean anything to you, then this might not be a message that resonates with you. But anyway, that's it. Have a great weekend. I'm sending lots of love and positivity out there. And I hope that everybody's good. I'll do a longer reading at some point next week. But through the winter months, I'm going to be a lot more offline. If I am online, I'll probably be posting artwork instead of card readings. And it's sort of, I don't know. It's just, I have this kind of like weird selfish relationship to this YouTube channel, because I know it doesn't make it easy to find. I understand that as a viewer and as somebody consuming content on the internet, you want to know why you follow a page. Is it going to be card pulls about daily energy, or is it going to be your dog, or is it going to be art? I don't know. And I'm sorry for that. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm building all of it simultaneously, and just, using it as sort of the personal record of my experience during the transits that we've been going through for the past year, and that we'll continue to go through. But also, the vlog of whatever my energy is guiding me towards, and my energy is guiding me strongly into a private hibernation, but it's for the purpose of cranking out a bunch of divinely guided artwork that my person is meant to put into 2024. A bunch of paintings that I'm meant to make in the year 2024. So time is slipping away, and I would really like to just enjoy the winter months peacefully painting with my cat, with my dog, enjoying life, drinking tea, staying cozy. So anyway, that's it.